Hi everybody. My name is Hamid Khan, and I'm going to be presenting the unsolved case of JonBenet Ramsey today. Before we get into the case itself, let's get into some background information of JonBenet Ramsey. She was a 6-year-old child beauty queen. She was born on August 6, 1990 in Atlanta, Georgia. She was tragically killed in her home at the age of 6 at 755 15th Street in Boulder, Colorado. She was born of Patricia Patsy Ramsey and John Bennett Ramsey. She also had an older brother named Burke Ramsey as well. Now, let's get into the details of the case, the murder itself. On Christmas 1996, according to Wikipedia, JonBenet Ramsey had been reported missing, and then 7 hours later, she was found killed in her own home. The autopsy ruled that JonBenet Ramsey her cause of death was asphyxia by strangulation with cranial cerebral trauma. Her death was then ruled as a homicide. Now, let's talk about the investigation. There was a ransom note found in the home which demanded $118,000 from the family of JonBenet for her return, which, never happened, which was almost the amount that her father was receiving as his Christmas bonus. Investigators believe that the note was found. Investigators believe that the note was staged as it was unusually long. It's about like 2.5 pages. It had Patricia's fingerprints on it. However, there wasn't enough evidence to single her out by herself. And there were both of her parents, Jamine's parents, had been found uncooperative as they didn't really like help solve the cases and they didn't really put really effort into solve the case. And according to ABC News, there were some mistakes that were made by the police, such as the police officers not shutting down the crime scene immediately, which led to evidence being tampered with. And also there was also statements were not taken from the parents immediately. In this case, over 1,600 people were named as people of interest. Now, there are three main theories as to who may have killed JonBenet Ramsey. The first theory is that her parents killed her. Again, like I said earlier, her parents were really uncooperative, and the ransom note as well had been suspiciously long. There was a rope that was found around her neck, which was tied by a garrote. It's like some type of wire, like it's like used to like strangulation. And it was made from a paintbrush from JonBenet's mother, Patsy, her paint kit. Also, there were fibers from a sweater that Patsy was wearing, which was found on a strip of duct tape that had been placed over JonBenet's mouth. So, it's pretty. You guys think it's pretty strange, right? I think it's pretty strange. However, the evidence was inconclusive, and there's a theory as well that her brother may have killed her. There was a flashlight found at the crime scene, and JonBenet had been struck in her skull, but there wasn't really it wasn't like it wasn't correlated to the flashlight that, oh, this must have been from the flashlight, so her brother was ruled out as a suspect. Now, another the third suspect by the name of Gary Olivia was a known sex offender who had lived in Boulder at the time of the murder and who JonBenet's father, John, had believed killed his daughter. Olivia's high school friend, Michaelville, he had claimed that not long after the murder, his friend had called him on the phone, telling him that, oh, he heard a little girl, quoting him, I heard a little girl, quoting Olivia. This is according to Rolling Stone. When police did search Olivia's tent, he did have photos of JonBenet in his possession, but and he also confessed to having fixation on her. But Olivia's DNA did not match the DNA found at the crime scene, so authorities did rule him out as a suspect. There are no main leads as of right now. This is an unusual case. And according to ABC News, there was also a false confession as well. Um, and but it ended up being debunked because the statements didn't really match up. Like it was just the person confessing. It was basically they were just seeing the same stuff over again, but there wasn't like anything that they had like any new evidence. Let's say they didn't really give a new breakthrough. And according to the city of Boulder, there have been 21, a total of 21,016 tips, letters, and emails altogether. People have traveled a total of 19 states to find leads in the investigation, about 1,000 people have been interviewed. As of yesterday, however, new DNA, there is speculation that new DNA technology can lead to a breakthrough of the case, but overall, nothing right now. Now, if you ask me, honestly, I think her parents committed the murder. It's really suspicious as like the ransom note, like especially they knew how much the father was paying, and like how much her father received the bonus. Maybe her mother might have killed her and then covered it up, but as of right now, we don't know. It's really like overall, it's like a very strange. It's very strange as to like they're being uncooperative and you know the stuff that was used to match the stuff that was found on JonBenet's body at the time of the death. It came from devices and tools that her mother used, but evidence has not led to any convictions or like breakthroughs. So as of right now, it's a mystery, but we won't know. But if you ask me, I think her mother did it specifically. Her father covered it up. Maybe her brother might have covered it. Maybe the brother must have been coerced by the parents to keep to, but we will never know. It's usually things like this. Weird cases. I want to thank everyone for being listening to the case that I presented today, and I hope you all learned something new today. I had learned about this case a while back from 2016, actually, but this is the first time I've ever done it as like an actual presentation. But thank you, everybody. Here's also my works cited page as well. It's not the best, but I have most of my sources there. And thank you, everybody. And have a good night.